my shot is I kind of sit on the edge of the bed or a stool to where my foot doesn't touch the ground. That kind of helps loosen up the muscle in your leg. Of course, I have the pre-filled syringes. I set those out an hour before I do my injection. It has to come to room temperature. I've also taken my Tylenol an hour before the injection, and that seems to help. First thing you want to do is you line up where you want to do your shot. You do an imaginary line going from your knee straight up, and then on the outer edge of your thigh, do another imaginary line. So as you can see, any place in between my hands is where you can do your shot. From here, 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 here. So I'm going to just pick a spot right here. I'm going to get out my alcohol swab and do in a circular motion where you want to inject from the inside out. Let that dry. While that's drying, I get my syringe ready. And for mine, I do a 23 gauge, 1 1/4 inch needle. And I've got the needle attached to my syringe. And what I'm going to do with this other hand is I'm just going to kind of loosen up my muscle a little bit. Just squeeze it. Now as you can see in the needle, there's probably, I don't know if you can see it, but you'll probably have an air bubble. What you want to do is you've got to push that air out. So just gently plunge the syringe until the air bubble is no longer visible. Then what I do, pop my cap off. I've determined that my injection site is right about there. That's halfway in between. I squeeze. The needle goes in, and right after I puncture my skin, I will let go and then finish injecting the needle. So squeeze, initial puncture, let go, finish pushing it in. And the key here, push the, after you've injected, you have to aspirate, which means very gently and slowly, and only a tiny bit, you pull the plunger back. By doing this, if you see any air or any blood come back into the needle, that means you've gone into a vessel and you need to pull out and start over. So I've aspirated, I have no blood, and you very slowly push in the medication. Not a stop and start motion, but a slow count to 10. Push in that medication. It's like a sponge. If you take a sponge and put it under a faucet, turn the faucet on full blast, that water is just going to go everywhere. Now I've got it all injected. I'm going to let it sit for about 10 seconds. Pull out quickly. Very little blood. And my Band-Aid. Put a little pressure on it. And that's all there is to it.